Welcome back. Christmas 2020 has been one for the history books. The world is still in the throes of a global pandemic and times have been tough for many. From job losses to pay cuts, many have had to grapple with challenges. But hope remains alive as those who can extend a helping hand to those in need. Let's take a look back at the heartwarming stories that have brightened Christmas 2020. Non-governmental organizations and faith-based organizations were the recipients of food vouchers from the first ever food voucher initiative, which fell under the food security component of the Recover St. Lucia initiative. The event saw a number of companies coming together to give back to those hardest hit by the COVID-19 pandemic.
The Bay Gardens Marina Haven in Rodney Bay, Grosley was the venue on Friday morning for the formal launch of the Food Voucher Initiative, which was the first major undertaking of the Food Security Committee of the Recover St. Lucia initiative. During this launch, 1,500 food vouchers were handed over to representatives of NGOs, CBOs, and FBOs for redistribution to deserving people who fall under their respective groups. Chair of Recover St. Lucia Resource Mobilization Committee, Sinovnik Destang, said the initiative has a goal to play a part in ensuring that St. Lucia recovers fully from the COVID-19 pandemic and was started by several segments of the business community.
We were able to secure quite a bit of funding today. About 2 weeks ago, we got about 160,000 from the St. Lucia Hospitality and Tourism Association's Tourism Enhancement Fund, as well as some from James Cobb Construction. Today, we were able to get about $70,000 in commitments from a number of different parties. We've been able to get quite a bit of support from the business community, but we still have quite a ways to go. The work of Recover St. Lucia is really just beginning, and we are looking to do well over $1 million worth of projects in the coming 6 to 12 months. So we've been able to reach about a quarter of the way to our funding goal, but we're really imploring the business community and civil society, even individuals, to come forward with whatever donations or support you can provide, whether it's in cash or in kind. We've got a great group of professionals and persons from society who are working together on this unprecedented initiative, and you can be sure that any funds that you donated will be very well accounted for and put to extremely good causes.
Winston Anderson, who is a member of the steering committee for Recover St. Lucia, said the initiative has shown the true meaning of strength in unity.
I think the pandemic has taught us many lessons across the world. But if I take it home to St. Lucia, what this has told us is how impactful and how powerful we all can be if we work together. How much we can achieve if both big organizations, small entities combine and help each other. And in fact, our theme song speaks directly to that when we lend a helping hand, when we all help each other, the miracle that can sing. So this is what the movement, I think, is showing, and for what we've achieved in a short time.
After the ceremony, a few of the recipients showed their gratitude.
On behalf of the ICA organization, I'm very proud and pleased to be the recipient of this, timely donation on behalf, from the Recover St. Lucia initiative. These are food vouchers valued at $150 each, and ICA has received about 50 of them, and they will be distributed through our various subcommittees and mansions toward needy families, in this tight Christmas season compared to normal,
We would like to thank Recover St. Lucia for considering our families and the children that we work with to include us in this, recovery of the island, so to speak, after COVID-19. And we're really appreciative. The donation would actually go a really long way in helping our vulnerable children and their families.
We received donations on behalf of the 5 Lions Clubs who submitted names of vulnerable persons in the various communities. We have clubs in Grosley, Meku, Soufrière, Vieux Fort and Castries. So we received those donations on behalf of the clubs who would be making presentations to the needy in the community.
The venture was kick-started during the historic launch of the Recover St. Lucia initiative, which saw Prime Minister Alan Chastanet and Leader of the Opposition Philip J. Pierre put their differences aside to come together to sign a memorandum of understanding pledging to support the mobilization of resources and expertise towards the success of the undertaking. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Rochelle Gonzalez.
The St. Lucia National Lotteries Authority hosted its annual train for students across St. Lucia recently. It was the NLA's way of saying thank you to customers and giving back to the community. The focus this year was on students of special education.
Over the past 6 years, the St. Lucia National Lotteries Authority has been spreading Christmas cheer to students across the island. Every year, the NLA identifies schools in particular districts which they would like to contribute to and distributes gifts through its Christmas train. Director of the NLA, Patrick Mathre, says despite the challenges of COVID-19, it was important that the event could take place.
This year we chose the special ed centers. As we sat down, we recognized maybe that's one of the areas that we have never touched before. We have gone all around the island and we have never touched the special ed centers in particular. And so this year we decided to look at the special ed centers, the 7 special ed centers in St. Lucia. And so today we have gone around from starting off with the Blind Welfare Association, and then we move across to Dodonata and the special center at the Marion Home there in Leslian. We have moved there. We move across to Lady Gordon Opportunity Center. We moved down to Denry, went to the Viewfort Special Center, and now we're at Soufrière, which is our final stop on the train.
While the train could not take place as is customary due to COVID-19 protocols, the school principals will be able to distribute the gifts to their students. Principal of the Soufrière Special Education and Rehabilitation Center, Clarette Regis, is elated for the kind gesture bestowed on her students, especially this year.
Really and truly, I know some of them would have been looking out. Most times they would have how many Christmas parties? They would have Christmas party at Government House. They would have Digicel Day of Fun. Plus we would have our in-school, in-house Christmas party. Because they always, the other schools always boast that special ed always get so much during Christmas. And now, because of COVID, they're home, and I know most of them will not get a Christmas gift. So I know that will be really, they'll be really happy to have that gift, and I can tell you, I will go around. I will go to Choiseul, I will go to Connery's on my own to get a transport, hire something to take it to them personally.
The principal of the Lady Gordon Opportunity Center, Linda Prevel, says it's an opportunity for all children to be rewarded.
We know that Christmas time, children think of just getting the gifts. But also, we have some children who do not have that chance. So today, I am really appreciative that we were thought of. And I am sure that all the students who come to our school, when they come back in January, they'll be surprised, and also that they will feel happy.
Over 400 gifts were handed out to the principals for the students. For the Hot 7 News, Nisha Charles reporting.
Rubis St. Lucia donated over 30 digital devices to aid with online learning. The company partnered with a non-profit organization, Do Something Different, on the initiative.
Do Something Different St. Lucia received a generous donation from Rubis West Indies Limited on Friday morning. The non-profit organization is a youth-driven group with a mandate to assist and empower underprivileged students in St. Lucia. Every year, the organization donates school bags and supplies to students in need across the island. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, students have now had to adapt to an online modality of instruction. To assist with this process, Rubis donated 15 laptops and 20 tablets to DSD, which will be donated to children across the island. Founder of Do Something Different, Temba Kade, graciously accepted the donation.
When the pandemic started and we realized that there was a strong need for these e-devices, before we even knew it would roll out for so many months, we set out to help students, particularly with laptops and Kindles and anything that we could do. So we rallied that support with a $10 initiative where we were asking as many persons as possible to donate $10, and we said if we could put that money together, we would be able to buy devices. So Rubis, without even knowing that we did this and to come on board and to fulfill your corporate social responsibility. We just want to say thank you. It's greatly, greatly appreciated, and you will see the fruits of where this has gone.
The presentation was made by the accounts executive for Rubis St. Lucia, Jennifer Lead. She explains that the company understands the importance of children having these devices during such a time.
We have realized that it's very, very important for kids to have a device. And just speaking to one of the counselors this morning, I had a unique eye-opener into what it's like and what the challenges are that children have in the communities now. We have so many kids that, yes, they may have small devices, but these devices are not usually suitable for going onto Google Classroom and for being able to conduct what has now become the new digital learning arena. So it's critically important for us, and I think Rubis has really stepped up here, and we really want to be able to work closely with the community. And I think this is a first step, and we know that many organizations are doing the same. But we are particularly pleased today to work with this group called Do Something Different.
Kadhi explained that the organization had many requests come in for devices. While they are unable to provide everyone with devices at this point in time, they have selected the neediest students to begin with.
What we've paid particular attention to is teachers who've reached out to us, as well as the National Students Council. We have members on our DSD team who are part of the National Students Council, so that way we can actually get down to the ground level of the people who really need the devices. So far, through the teachers that we've spoken to and through the youth council members that we've spoken to, we've identified students all around the island, in Babono, in Grosile, Deruso, Dennery, Miku, even Sufra. So that's how students are being picked. We wanted to make sure we know exactly who would be receiving it. Of course, we won't release the names or so on, but we will say and identify which schools that they were given to.
She says the group also plans to donate other school supplies such as books, bags and stationery, given that an announcement was made that schools will be reopening in January. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzalez.
The Salvation Army also played its part to bring some Christmas cheer and goodwill. The aim was to make 1,000 grocery packages available to the less fortunate around the island.
Many have expressed that they will be having a COVID Christmas, and others have indicated that there will be no celebrations, low-key or not. The Salvation Army, however, has indicated that the pandemic will not stop them from sharing joy and helping out as much as possible. Captain at the Salvation Army, Sandra Mitchell, explained that the organization is going to give out 1,000 food packages across the island. She says since the advent of COVID-19, the Salvation Army has had to help out many more people.
It has doubled this year. Tremendous amount of persons coming for help. We're trying to see how we can best assist to make sure that everybody receive something, but it is difficult, but we are trying our best.
She explained that the children have not been forgotten and they too will be receiving their fair share of cheer.
A little later from now, we will be having the wrapping of our gifts that we will not be having a Christmas tree this year as previous years, but we'll be going around the island to different various places to drop off gifts for kids. Come tomorrow. Also, I will want to say a big thank you to Domino's Pizza. This year they have partnered with the Salvation Army to give out over 200 pizzas. So some will be given out at in Castries there, some will give it out at Gozele, and some at Beaufort as well.
Michelle informs that in addition to the less fortunate and underprivileged that were already in the organization's system, many other people have come forward requesting help due to the devastating effects of COVID-19. She, however, has promised that the Salvation Army will do as much as they can to assist all those they can. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzalez.
Feed the Poor Ministries and FCIB partnered to provide over 100 Christmas meals to the less fortunate within the city of Castries. The CEO of Feed the Poor Ministries said that while this is an annual initiative, partnering with the corporate entity to bring Christmas cheer took on a new meaning given that the island was still reeling and is still reeling from the effects of COVID-19.
Despite the pandemic, Feed the Poor Ministries has been providing hot meals to the underprivileged within the city of Castries whenever possible. On Friday, the organization partnered with CIBC First Caribbean International Bank to spread some Christmas cheer by providing over 100 packaged meals. Country head for CIBC St. Lucia, Victor Boyce, explained that initiatives like these highlight the corporate responsibility of the organization.
We really feel strongly as an organization that our corporate responsibility is to reach out to the less fortunate in the society, and we take this responsibility very seriously. And so today we found it fit as a team for myself and some of my colleagues from First Caribbean, particularly here at the Bridge Street branch, to come out and to partner physically with the Feed the Poor Ministries to undertake this very important mission.
CEO of the Feed the Poor Ministries, Gaspar Henry, explained that despite the pandemic, the organization felt it imperative to spread cheer during this time.
Today we cater meals for 150 less fortunate persons. I feel that First Caribbean, hearing the call and answering the call for the staff members to take time off their work to come here and serve meals, I think it's a very good gesture. So we are there to ensure that we give put a smile on the face of our senior citizens. Yes, things are rough, but St. Lucians, they go beyond the call of duty to contribute during this festive season. I believe our senior citizens, they are the ones who build the infrastructure that we are benefiting from today. So to give them a meal is something that we see as an honor.
Boyce explained that despite the pandemic and the impact that it is having on the business sector, it is important that they show support to the public wherever they can.
We really can't just see ourselves as being in a country just to make money. Banks, sometimes persons feel as if banks make a lot of money and that's our only role and responsibility. Our responsibility is a lot deeper. We are members of a society, we are members of a community. And so we have to take our responsibility as good corporate citizens, even in trying times, especially in trying times, to ensure that we are doing the things that we need to do to ensure that when we grow, that our citizens grow with us as well. And if we're going through challenging times, and we understand our citizens are going through challenging times, it is our responsibility to step up and to help where we can. So we think that it is critical, particularly during a pandemic, to ensure that we are out there even more.
Feed the Poor Ministries has indicated that they will be undertaking another initiative with the corporate organization next week. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzalez.
Bravo to all the generous corporate entities that came together to help put a smile on so many people's faces for Christmas 2020. With that, we round up the Hot 7 TV nightly news for today, Thursday, the 24th of December 2020. I'm Lovely St. Amy Joseph. On behalf of the entire team, thank you for joining us and have a wonderful and safe Christmas 2020. Happy holidays.